Right, recording started. Let's start. People can watch the recording if they're up on late. I'm firstly going to talk about trickle up. Trickle up is not difficult. It's just not easy for everybody to understand the first time you see something like that. What happens now, if you got a board with gifters open and you send out a link from the legend position, it goes to the first open position. Remember how it works. From the left, it works from the top to the bottom, 1 to 4. And from the right, it works from the bottom to the top, 5 to 8. So if the legend invites and there's an open spot in 1, you're going to fall in 1. If the left side is full, you go to 5 or whichever is the first open spot there. If the left guide invites, you go to the left side, whatever position is open, 1, 2, 3, or 4. First open position. Somebody just mute yourselves. Who's not muted? Let me just mute here. Right, that's better. The guide on the right, you go to, 5 is open. The invitee will land in 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, depending on which is the smallest number that is open. In the boulder position, if you invite from 1, your invitees will land in 1 and 2. If you invite 3 people from one boulder position, it goes to number 3. On the right-hand side, boulder number 3 will go to position 5, and then 6. If they invite a third one, go to 7. Now, if there's a gap, if there's a boulder short, if boulder 1 on the left or boulder 3 on the right is open, and you send the invite link out from the guide, it's going to fall in position 1 or 5. When the gifting is done and it's confirmed, it will then move to position number 1 or 3 as boulder. Let me just mute here. There's more people on here. That is unmuted. Paula, you must unmute yourself. Right,
Good
now you're
morning.
muted. Let me just sort all this mute. Is everybody muted now? Yes. Now, if you got boulder number 2 or 4 open, and you invite from the guide position. The invitee lands in position 1 or 5. And there's already a boulder. So there's no trickle up. Position 1, gifter position 1 cannot trickle up to boulder position 2. And gifter position 5 cannot trickle up to boulder position 4. That's where I start guiding you. If we have a boulder number 2 open, and we use the guide to send out a link, or the number 1 boulder, we're going to fill position 1 and 2. And then from the gifter position, I will request another link, so that one can go to number 3. And once number 3 is confirmed, it will go to boulder number 2. Make sure you understand, I am busy making little pictures, which I will post soon, of which position is what. Always remember your boulders on the left is 1 and 2. The boulders on the right from the bottom work upwards, 3 and 4. The gifters works 1 to 4 down and 5 to 8 up. So that is trickle up. Everybody understands trickle up? Any questions on trickle up before I carry on? I've got a lot of work to cover in this call.
You can carry on, Captain.
Right, no questions. Right, the next item is monthly committed
Stefan,
positions.
Stefan,
We
maybe
opened-
just explain if a legend removes himself from the board, that there's no trickle up there.
Yeah, there's no trickle up to legend position. Legend positions get taken over by GGM. So you can trickle up to the guide position from gifter. If a legend invites and the whole of the left side of the board is empty, you can, once you confirmed, you will go to boulder and then immediately to guide, but you can't go to legend. Thanks for that, Justina. Right, let's talk about monthly committed positions. Mute yourself. You go. Monthly committed positions. I've opened a Telegram group for the 130 some odd people who committed to monthly positions. Now, you're allowed to take your monthly position on the board that you're working on. If you do not mind where you land, I will allocate you in the next few days to a boarding call or to a board. I did request from a group of 15 people photos from the legend of a board, of the boards that we were supposed to work on according to the boarding calls. It took me 14 days to get the photos, so I'm not going to work on those 15 boards at this stage. We've got more than 50 boards that we're working on. We will allocate the monthly positions to them, and then when those ones are finished, I will carry on with the normal boarding calls for the 15 people, of which only 5 send me photos of their boards. I'm not going to work on a board if I don't get a photo from the legend where the legend logged in. I need to know that the legend is active. So there's 2 ways that we're going to, if you're not going to work on your own board, if you've got a monthly committed position, you will be allocated to a group. I will add you. You will receive a link and register. If it's a sponsored position, we will allocate it to a person or charity to be sponsored, and you do the gifting to the legend. That is all the monthly positions. And then the other challenge we've got currently is the committed positions. Remember, you were sponsored in on the submarine. That means when you on your second bronze board, you must take $100 and go climb on one of the other vehicles where I allocate you. It's not a decision only from my side. I will enter into conversation with you, so we can make sure that we don't load you only on one vehicle, that we spread it out over the different vehicles. There is a lot of people who did not yet take their committed positions. Remember, you were sponsored in, so you committed to take another position on another vehicle. I am busy compiling a list, which I will publish very soon, of the people who did not yet take their committed positions. And then we will get you on those vehicles as well. Currently, we've got 11 that did not go through yet. I don't care what any human think about me. I will name and shame you in a group. I will tag you in a group. That is concerning the committed positions. Then concerning the older boards, some people call migrated boards, or boards that got split shortly after the launch. The main idea behind the Dream vehicles, all 5 of them, is to go assist on our old boards. So once you cycle through your second board or your third bronze board or through silver, take $100 and go see how you can operate on a board. If you need guidance, send me a photo. I will look at the board and advise you which is the best position to get out a link and sponsor somebody in there, or take yourself a position on that board. There's no limit on the amount of profiles you can manage. And anybody can manage 3 or 4 or 5. So take the gifts that you receive on the Dream vehicles and go work on the old boards. And like I said, if you need guidance, send me a photo. I will tell you what to do. Specifically, if you go through your third board, we've got more than 90 people now on the third bronze boards already. So once you reach legend there, you're getting gifts worth $700. Go work on your old boards if you on one of the older boards. It's not rocket science. All right. Sponsorships. When you want to be sponsored, you need to fill out a contract, a sponsorship contract, and post it in the group. You will be added there by an admin. There's various types of sponsorships. People can apply themselves. Or secondly, you can nominate somebody. There's 2 options there. You assist with that profile till they can handle it themselves, or you nominate somebody who will register for themselves from the start. But then you, as the inviter, the one whose name is on the contract, must be 100% sure that that person can manage their own profile. So there's some training involved. Don't put people on a sponsor file. We had instances where people got onto a sponsor file and then they said, no, it's too much slip to register. We spoke to the person who invited them, and we made agreement now that whoever wants to be sponsored from her group or that she nominates will have to prove to me that they watch training calls or recordings. They need to be on the YouTube channel. They need to watch the other recordings of the presentations. They need to watch the motivational recordings. And I will give them a phone call and ask them 3 or 4 questions. George, mute yourself, please.
Wait.
You're making noise here. So that's concerning the
3-year-old.
sponsorship of individuals. Then we've got people who's asking charities to be sponsored in, which they will assist with, or the charity will manage it themselves. We've got a huge file. There's an unholy amount of people that sponsor profiles and other people sponsored in so far. And a lot of them is charities. We've got charities, individual charities, shelters, various charity organizations or NPOs. And then we also allocate sponsor positions to Seeds of Love, which Andrew is managing for us. And once they go to silver, they will be handed over to the individuals. They've over 2,000 people that need profiles. We only got 300 somewhat on now. Then we've got the Auxilio profiles, a bit of background on Auxilio. It is a umbrella NPO, which will receive the gifts when they're in the receiving position. We will start with the list that Christina is compiling. And we'll do 10 at a time. We will allocate a certain amount for 10 months. If they, in that 10 months, get people on board Gift of Legacy, we will extend the 10-month period for another 10 months. In then 10 months, if they get one person in, they qualify for the next 10 months. If they don't get people in, they only get money for 10 months, and then we move them off the list. We want to encourage people to not only receive, but also do their bit and arrange presentations so that we can get more people on board Gift of Legacy. Remember, it's not just a question of inviting somebody, it's a personal invite. So I go and do a presentation and I talk to each person individually afterwards. And that's how we get them on. Emails on my domains. I've got 2 domains where we can create emails. Very simple process. You contact Jaco, you tell him how many emails you want. He will create them. He will then channel the emails to your Gmail account, and you pay him 15 American cents per email. That's to cover his cost, his time, cost of Wi-Fi, and all those things. So it's a very, very small price per email, but he does have cost, and it is his time that he's sacrificing for you. When you do use my emails and it gets channeled to your Gmail account, you must still at least once every 3 months go log into your account on webmail and go delete the mails and delete the trash. Otherwise, it builds up too much data on the server. I've got a limit of, I think, 4 gig currently, and we're on 3.3. And I frequently go look through the list. I can sort them according to size. There's people who don't delete their mails. You finish with a mail, delete it and get it out of the trash box. It's not a huge amount per email address, but it adds up because we got more than 4,000 or just under 4,000 emails on the one domain and approaching 1,000 on the other one. And that adds up. That makes your mail slower. So if you don't do maintenance on your mail, it makes everybody else's mail slower. That is it for now. Light questions, 1 item at a time. Any questions on monthly committed positions? Something I want to add on monthly committed positions. Christina contact the people a few days before the date that they committed to confirm that they're ready for that month. At one stage, Leana had to do a lot of replacements because suddenly people is not ready. A lot of people put their names on the list. So that's why there's no list in the main group anymore. We've got a specific group of I think so far 99 people in, where we will communicate about your committed positions. Use is to put your name on a list, and when it's time to take your position, you tell me you're not ready. Then you just wanted to see your name on a list. That is not going to work for me. And I'm very much tempted at this stage to name a few of you who didn't do their commitment. Any questions on the monthly committed positions?
Stefan, do we still complete the agreement on every?
No, you don't have
for
to.
our-
I've got it. No. I've got a file. Once you've taken your position, I mark the boarding call on the file. When the boarding call is finished or that board is finished, I then enter the next month's date and then you move automatically down the list. So if you are scheduled for the 25th of October and you're on the board and it's gifted, I then change it to 25 November and it moves down the list. So next month on the 20th or the 22nd, Christina will contact you to find out if you're ready. A lot of people we're not even going to bother to contact. There's people who knows how it works. They are adults. They are disciplined. So every month they will just tell me in that separate group, I am taking this profile or this committed position on this board, and I'll update the file with it. Once it's done, I'll delete that cell, put in the new date for the next month. So just communicate in the group and tell me which boarding call you are on so I can keep on changing the dates, and the file then can sequence them.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions on the monthly committed positions? All right, that's covered then. Committed positions for the other vehicles, any questions on that? All understands how it works. You were sponsored in, you will take a position on the other vehicle. If not, I will put your name on a list and publish it in all the groups. And I will tell the people what your Telegram handle is so that all 900 some odd in the Telegram group of the submarine and all the 600 on the other vehicles can send you messages. You were sponsored in, you will take that position. If you don't want it, you can give it to a charity. There's somebody who don't take the committed positions on the other vehicles, we allocate it to Seeds of Love or Auxilio or one or other animal shelter, whoever is available at that stage. Any questions on the other vehicle committed positions? None. Good. Old boards. Any questions on the old boards? A few people asked me in the last 14 days if we can make the board part of the submarine lineage. When we landed on the old boards, the 227 profiles which landed at one stage because your inviter was sitting in Guide or Legend, we landed on a lot of old boards, and some of those profiles already moved up to Legend because the lineage followed and other people on the boards worked. But you can't make another board part of the submarine lineage. It doesn't work like that. Your inviter is your inviter. Your inviter's inviter is your inviter. If your inviter is not on a silver board, you follow his inviter or his inviter. We follow the lineage very strictly now. The only profiles landing on old boards will be GGM because they don't have an inviter. They will land on the board. Their allocated migrated profiles will follow them and their invitees will follow them. That's how the old boards will be filled. It's going to take time. We can't incorporate an old board into the submarine. It doesn't work like that. That's why we've got the submarine. If you on your third board make a few $100 for yourself, you take $100 and go work on that old board. Very easy. Any questions on old boards? Ilana, you got your hand up. Unmute yourself and tell me what you want to ask.
Stefan, on my old board, well, it's not an old, it's the submarine. As a sub person, I landed on an old board, but that Legend is now red, and I think she's gonna not do anything because I can't get hold of her. But we're now only half a board because the one side spun off actually. So do you think it's worth, doing something with that, or I might just leave it and wait?
Leave and wait. Your lineage will follow. If the Legend gets removed because they don't log in, GGM will take that position. or they will combine the board with another one. Your 2 people on the submarine will follow you. After that, their 4 will follow. After that, 8. And then 16. That's how the boards will fill. If you end up in the legend position with that profile, it's always very advisable to immediately send yourself a link out and register another profile, because by the time you're in legend, there's other submarine profiles on that board. They will follow. So squeeze yourself in between there. Get yourself a profile and you receive $200 on the board. And you got another profile, which in turn will be pushed by the submarine. So at this stage, you must just wait. Happy with that,
Yes, thanks.
Lana?
Yes, thank you.
Remember,
Stefan.
there is people that of the 227 who is already in legend position. More than 40% of the profiles that landed on the old boards were mine. I'm in guide position now. Very soon I'll move to legend, because other submarine profiles started following. It's not at the speed of light. It takes long. Remember, the people going through now, the level that's going through is more than 500. The invitees is more than 1,000. And that's on compartment 14 where we're currently building. So there's no version 1 profiles going through to those boards. You must hang tight. Version 2 now will push the 2nd and the 3rd bronze boards, and we'll cycle. We're now approaching, I think I'm going to start on seat number 100 today. One of Marius's profiles. And once the version 2s go to legend on silver, you take your first gift and go activate your version 1. Your second gift, you take $100 and go to the bronze board. And that whole 1,024 of the 1,024 legends on compartment 14 will then go to those old boards. Once that is finished, the next round there's 2,048 going through. So that's where there's 4 coming through. So you're going to get 2 on that board, and then 2 of the 4 will split you off. You'll move 1 level up, and the other 2 of the 4 will come through. The round after that is 8. That fills your whole board. That is when momentum is going to happen fast. When you cycle through legend, you then land up on the lineage boards, where the whole lineage will push you up again. And remember, we are working on the perpetual boards where people want a position. So that's a double lineage we're building. Then it's not only the version 1s coming through, but also the version 2s who must get their 2s, and also people taking positions. So there's 3 lineages flowing. And then what myself and 2 other people did was on the 3rd or the 2nd bronze boards where we were high up, take positions for ourselves as well. So that works up. That's 4 lineages pushing the leading sponsor profiles. And the faster the sponsor profile cycle through, the more people we can sponsor in at the bottom. That's why I said in the 11 o'clock call, get me more people on the sponsor file. I want 400 ready, because there's very soon going to be $1,600 gifts coming in for the sponsor profiles. That is 16 boards we can fill at a time. You can multiply that by yourself. That's 128 people I need to sponsor in. George, you got your hand up. Any questions from your side?
Hi, Stefan. Maybe it's a silly question, but okay, I've fast-tracked up to silver on the one profile. So when I finish and on the bronze profile, I'm really struggling to get the guys going. But if I finish on the bronze, I go to the next perpetual bronze, isn't it? I don't have to put money to one side again. I'm not going to go onto another silver board, because I've already fast-tracked.
No, you're already on silver. If that profile is on silver, it's on silver. So on the current bronze board, when you receive your gifts, there's no need to keep 400 aside, because you're already on silver. You don't gift again. Your silver perpetual position gets gifted from the gifts you receive on the silver board. So there's no reason to keep money back then.
Fantastic. I just wanted to double check. Thank you, Chess.
Yeah, you keep $700 on that board for yourself if you're already on silver. We had an instance now where one of Victor's profiles, because it automatically goes to silver, landed on a submarine sponsor profile of myself. I contacted him and said, I am going to confirm this gift without you gifting. When you reach Silver Legend, your first $400 gifts, you will sponsor in 4 boarding calls, 32 people. So I confirmed him without receiving the gift. It's my sponsor profile, and he will then in his turn sponsor. So it's the same effect. The submarine profile, sponsor profile will sponsor. He then did not have to take a version 2 profile, so he immediately moved through to the next bronze board. He landed on a nice board, got gifted, or he did the gifting, and he's sorted now. There's another profile which also landed on Shiloh School's silver board. I manage Shiloh School, I confirmed it, and they will gift when they receive on the either silver or bronze, they will give the money back to Shiloh. There's ways that you can maneuver that too. You just need to have a spreadsheet so that you keep track of who owes what to who. Right, there's something in the chat. Let's check if there's questions there. Zala, the 11 o'clock call is already posted on YouTube. Board rescue is very easy. If you are less than 4 people on the board, 3, 2, or 1, you make contact with everybody on the board and ask them if they're in agreement that they be placed on other boards. You then send an email to support@Gift of Legacy, and you copy in the other people on the board, the other 2 or the other 1, asking you to be placed on another board. They will then, if you're in a guide position or in a legend position, most probably place you in a builder position, but you will be then on a full board. So you must have the cooperation of all the people on the board. If you on a board with 3 people, yourself and 2 others, you contact them, ask them if they're happy that we move the board, and then you send a mail to support, copy them in the mail so they also get it, and support can see that you did communicate with them. And then I don't know how long it's going to take, but they will then place you on another board. Happy with that? Zana? Okay.
Thanks, Stefan. Thanks.
Good. Okay. George, you got your hand up again. We've got enough time left.
Thank you, Stefan. Just on this topic, can you, for example, if you know about somebody that also got a half board and you're keen to for the 2 boards to become 1 board, or does support, do they choose a board for you, or can you indicate
Support will
you would
choose
like
a board in cooperation of the developer. You can't combine 2 boards. You just ask that you be combined with another board. They will choose the 2 boards that will be combined.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, Anthony, you got your hand up?
Yeah, good afternoon. I would like
Hello,
to know, maybe it's explained already, all the boards that are like around your name is a circle kind of thing. Explain to me the coloring of those circles. How does it work and what changed to where and which color?
When you register a profile, you get a white circle. When you get your first invitee on, you get a half bronze circle. When the second invitee comes on board, you get a full bronze circle for a few seconds, and then it changes to silver, means that you got your 2 in, you can progress to the silver board. So while you're on the bronze board, only your circle will be silver. When you join the silver board and you get confirmed, your circle will turn to gold. It doesn't mean you're on the gold board. It means you are allowed to go to the gold board. So you're sitting on a silver board then with a gold circle. When you cycle through the silver board, take $1,600 and you join a gold board, your circle then becomes platinum. Doesn't mean you're on a platinum board. It means you are allowed to join the platinum board. And then when you cycle through gold to platinum, it stays the same. So you got a white circle, a half bronze circle, a full bronze circle for a few seconds. Then you get a silver circle. When you are allowed to go to silver, once you confirmed on the silver, your circle changed to gold. And once you confirmed on gold, your circle changed to platinum.
Okay, thank you indeed.
You're welcome. There is going to be a change. We saw on a few profiles that some people on the first board don't change to silver when they got their 2 invitees in. There is a change in color coming, but it will be announced on the main calls of Gift of Legacy on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Okay, Katia is asking, how can one be on the pay it forward sponsorship list? Katia, is that to sponsor somebody?
Hi, Stefan. Both
Nice.
ways. Sponsor yourself and sponsor somebody.
What you do, there's a group. You can ask any of the admins to add you in there. If you want to be sponsored or want somebody else to be sponsored in, you fill out a contract. On the contract, it states when you reach silver that you will take one of your silver gifts and sponsor other people in.
Oh,
Or
okay.
you can ask for yourself to be added to the list of people, a monthly position or a once-off, where you want to sponsor somebody. You contact Festina, she'll put you on the list if it's monthly. If it's a once-off, she'll put you on the list with a note for me that it's only one time. And then we will select from the sponsor file who you want to sponsor in. You will do the gifting. So we'll organize the link to the new gifter or the new invitee. They will register and then tell the legend that they sponsored in, and you will be added in that same group so that you can arrange the gifting of the legend and they get confirmed.
Okay. Thank you.
So the important thing is to communicate. If you want to be sponsored or want somebody to be sponsored in, fill out a contract, get in the right group for that. If you want to sponsor somebody, if it's once off or monthly, contact Christina and she will add you on that specific file. All right, any other questions? Everybody understands if you use my emails on my domains, you will go maintain your email boxes. Again, I am not scared to tag people in a group to tell them to go delete your old mails. Doesn't take that long. It takes 7-8 seconds to delete 10 mails. Get them out and get the trash box cleaned. Don't block my service. Right, I think covered everything for this call. Everything that I wanted to cover in the 3 sessions today is covered now. So I will just do a summary at the 7 p.m. South African time, the 1 o'clock Eastern Seaboard American time. I will just summarize everything that we did this morning. But that one will also be recorded and posted. This one will go up in about 15 minutes. It takes about 15 minutes to convert the file. Any other questions?
Stefan,
Yes, Mary.
sorry, this isn't quite what we are in training, but it was a 7-minute clip that I have been using, and all of a sudden it's just gone. Do you know it and how one could get it back? You know, it's a lovely
Is it not on the
tool.
link tree anymore?
No, you know, it's the link that I've got, it goes to YouTube and it wants to go to YouTube, but it just says it's unavailable. I don't know if you've got it that you could send it to me.
Well, let me check if it's there.
Because it's a wonderful marketing tool.
Oh. Let's check quickly.
Is it the presentation or the song?
I'm going to
No, it's
presentations
a
now
little
to check.
presentation, and I was using it
Is it-
on WhatsApp.
It's a 7-minute video that you could send out.
Hmm.
You just go through this list here. There's 91 in this playlist. 18 October. They're not in dated order.
You know,
let's
it's not
check.
that easy to ask people to go onto YouTube.
Right, there's a 7-minute overview. Let's see. The old 7-minute one is on.
Shame, Pacina. I'm not sure what the is.
Okay, I don't know if this one is active. If you type in Gift of Legacy and the number 7 and an MIN overview, it gives you 3 videos of 7 minutes. The one is 7 months old, the one is 8 months old, and there's another one that's 7 months old. Let's see if they're still available. Yeah, they're still working.
All right, I'll try again. Thanks so much.
I'll type in the chat quickly what you must search on YouTube.
Okay,
Right, we've got a
thanks.
minute left. Bobby, you've got a question for us?
Hi, Stefan. Yeah, sorry, regarding that 7-minute thing, I think there's a lot of changes, and that's why they've taken it off. With all the new changes that have come through, I think that's why they're not promoting it anymore. So that's why they've taken off most of the platforms. Thank you.
It is available on YouTube, but that, like I said, it is 7 or 8 months old. So I don't think it's a current one. I don't think there is a current 7-minute video available. Go check on the link tree. Festina posted the link tree link here. Go check. Maybe it's still there, but I haven't used a 7-minute video in a long time. Thanks for that, Bobby. I think they may be taking it out of circulation because of all the changes. Right, we've got 1 minute left. Unmute yourself, shout bye. See you at 7 o'clock South African time. Pierre just said, yeah, that video is on Linktree, so you can go find it there, Mary. See you at 7 o'clock Americans, 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Seaboard, and morning time on the western side of America. Unmute yourself, shout bye, and
Bye.
recording
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you in the evening. Bye.